I think Elon Musk saw an opportunity here to buy a Supreme Court in a state, and I don't think he's going to stop at this one if he's successful. I think that people should be paying attention to this race. It's really a critical race for the people of Wisconsin, but I think people across the country should be paying attention to this.
That's why we're talking about it. Absolutely. And I asked this because at the federal level and here in Washington, we're seeing a lot of ways Musk is getting involved in the federal government, destroying federal services and getting rid of federal workers in a way that in some cases might help his companies. And there was this report, it was in January, that Musk's electric car company Tesla sued Wisconsin to challenge a state law forbidding manufacturers from owning dealerships. Now, 8 days later, Musk wrote on his social media site, "Very important to vote Republican for the Wisconsin Supreme Court to prevent voting fraud," which feels very in your face, but it's, I think for anyone watching who's just not as attuned to this, they're wondering, is this personal? Is this related to his business? Could it be both? What do you make of that?
Elon Musk is a thief. He is stealing our tax dollars through his role as the co-president of the United States. He has stolen wages from his employees, and now he's trying to steal an election. And no, I'm not talking about November. I'm talking about Wisconsin, where Elon Musk is trying to buy his way to another victory. But unfortunately for Elon, and fortunately for us, when you're a thief like he is, sometimes you get caught. And sometimes you get hit with some legal accountability, which is exactly what just happened to Elon Musk with a ruling coming down from the Attorney General of Wisconsin, who is holding him accountable after Elon made and quickly and panikedly deleted a post. We are going to get into it all. I am so happy for this news. And before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already, and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me now. Before we can get into this breaking legal news, of course, I want to hear from the person who Elon Musk is trying to steal this election from. That's Susan Crawford right here.
Well, Jen, this is unprecedented, I think, in Wisconsin politics, particularly in judicial elections, to see somebody like Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, wading in to try to buy a justice on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. I have a lot of confidence in Wisconsin voters. I think they're going to see through this effort and do the right thing and make sure that we have a fair and impartial Supreme Court after all of this. But, it's really unprecedented.
Of all of the issues, there are a lot of issues that are going to be before the state Supreme Court in Wisconsin. That's why it's such an important race. Why does Elon Musk care about this race?
Well, I think that this is the first shot across the bow. Wisconsin is a really purple state. It's always a swing state. And I think Elon Musk saw an opportunity here to buy a Supreme Court in a state. And I don't think he's going to stop at this one if he's successful. I think that people should be paying attention to this race. It's really a critical race for the people of Wisconsin, but I think people across the country should be paying attention to this.
That's why we're talking about it. Absolutely. And I asked this because at the federal level and here in Washington, we're seeing a lot of ways Musk is getting involved in the federal government, destroying federal services and getting rid of federal workers in a way that in some cases might help his companies. And there was this report, it was in January, that Musk's electric car company Tesla sued Wisconsin to challenge a state law forbidding manufacturers from owning dealerships. Now, 8 days later, Musk wrote on his social media site, "Very important to vote Republican for the Wisconsin Supreme Court to prevent voting fraud," which feels very in your face, but it's, I think for anyone watching who's just not as attuned to this, they're wondering, is this personal? Is this related to his business? Could it be both? What do you make of that?
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably both. And you're right, that timing is certainly suspicious at the least. And it's also just he tweeted that tweet just 3 days after my opponent, Brad Schimmel, was in Washington, D.C., attending big dollar galas in Washington. He came back and bragged about how he has been wearing out his knee pads, begging on his knees for conservative billionaires like Elon Musk to fund his campaign. And, I think Elon Musk saw an opportunity there and saw a willing customer in Brad Schimmel. Brad Schimmel, this isn't the first time that Brad Schimmel has been willing to sell justice to the highest bidder. He did that when he was a Republican attorney general in Wisconsin by being one of the only states to refuse to get involved in a lawsuit to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable.
Elon Musk is trying to steal this election, not because Susan Crawford is some radical Democrat, actually. This is a nonpartisan election. She's not running as a Democrat. And although her opponent, Brad Schimmel, who dressed up as Donald Trump for Halloween, isn't running as a Republican, their values are clear. Susan Crawford wants to defend people's rights and protect against the corruption that folks like Elon Musk are already perpetrating in the state. Elon Musk is getting sued by the state of Wisconsin. It is no shock that he is trying to buy this Supreme Court race, but that has backfired on him in the worst way, because he is getting into more legal trouble because of, like I said, a post he made and then quickly had to delete. But you know what? Elon, the internet is forever, and so is the accountability that's coming to you. Attorney General Josh Cowell vows legal action to stop Elon Musk's payments to Wisconsin voters. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Cowell says he will take legal action against Elon Musk over the Trump allies' plans to award $1 million checks to 2 Wisconsin voters ahead of Tuesday's pivotal state Supreme Court election. In a since-deleted post on X, Musk said he would hold an event Sunday in Wisconsin and hand out $1 million checks to voters in appreciation for you taking the time to vote. But after election, experts and Democrats raised questions about whether the offer violated the state's election bribery laws. Musk deleted the post and said he would instead be handing over the checks to 2 people who would serve as spokespeople for his petition in opposition to activist judges. The new post also no longer said attendance would be limited to those who have voted in the Supreme Court election, as the original post had stated. To clarify a previous post, entrance is limited to those who have signed the petition in opposition to activist judges. Musk wrote, "I will also hand over checks for $1 million to 2 people to be spokesmen for the petition." Musk, a close ally of Donald Trump, has poured about $20 million into the race to back conservative candidate Brad Schimmel through spending from his own coffers. And via 2 outside groups, the Wisconsin Department of Justice is committed to ensuring that elections in Wisconsin are safe, secure, fair, and free. We are aware of the offer recently posted by Elon Musk to award $1 million to 2 people at an event in Wisconsin this weekend. Call said in a statement, "Based on our understanding of applicable Wisconsin law, we intend to take legal action today to seek a court order to stop this from happening." Call did not elaborate on what kind of legal action he planned to take, and a spokesperson for America, PANICS, has declined to comment on the AG's plans. The move comes as the Attorney General and Milwaukee County District Attorney Kent Laverne received a letter from the liberal Madison-based Law Forward legal firm Wisconsin Democracy Campaign and State Democracy Defenders Fund seeking an immediate investigation. The groups asked Call and Laverne to review Musk's America PAC's offer to pay $100 to Wisconsin voters for signing a petition opposing activist judges who have ruled against Donald Trump in Musk's Thursday announcement of plans to give 2 voters each $1 million checks. The groups asked Call and Lever to review whether the money awarded to petition signers violates the state's law barring election bribery. and whether the $1 million checks comply with the state's lottery law, we further urge your office to take all necessary action to prevent any illegal activity from improperly influencing Wisconsin voters. The group wrote in the letter, a spokesman for Schimmel's liberal opponent, Susan Crawford, said Friday Musk was trying to buy off Schimmel and labeled his visit a last-minute desperate distraction. Wisconsinites don't want a billionaire like Musk telling them who to vote for, and on Tuesday, voters should reject Musk's lackey, Brad Schimmel. The spokesperson said a spokesperson for Schimmel did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Yeah, no surprise. Elon's breaking the law, so not good for Elon Musk, to put it bluntly. Breaking the law over and over again, very clearly. And now that sweet, sweet accountability is coming. Oh, I am excited. How could you not be excited about a little legal accountability for Elon Musk? I'm ready. I'm raring to go. Let me see those lawsuits. I want to get them framed. I'm smiling from here to here. I am so excited. Elon keeps having every single statement action, whatever he does, blow up in his face. And boy, does it make me so happy. And we also saw kind of similar example of this last night when Elon Musk decided once again he, as the un-American illegal immigrant, quite frankly, that he is, would attack a real American, a patriot in Mark Kelly, and Kelly responded in a take-on of Musk right here.
A traitor for sticking up for Ukraine.
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country. And
Sure.
if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Okay, well, you saw that, and you saw the look on Bret Baier's face. I mean, he made the point. Musk faced widespread criticism for calling Senator Kelly a traitor, which he did on Twitter, in response to a thread where Kelly said it's important for the United States to stand with Ukraine and that any deal to end the war, quote, can't be a giveaway to Putin. Senator Kelly is now out front. As you just heard Bret Baier report, he does sit on the Armed Services and Intelligence Committees. He is a retired Navy captain. And Senator Kelly, here we are. You heard what Elon Musk said, defending, calling you a traitor, making his explanation. At this point, what do you say?
Well, I don't even know if he deserves a response, but what I will say is that I've spent an entire career standing up for our country, defending our country, flying in combat over Iraq, flying in space on the space shuttle, serving in the United States Senate. My entire life has been about serving this country. And I always stand with the best interest of our nation. And I will tell you this, Aaron, standing with our allies and standing up for democracy is in the best interest of the United States. And when you consider, who is Elon standing with at this point? A bunch of billionaires? It seems to me that some folks in the administration sort of switch sides here. I would put Elon at this point in the category of being much closer to Russia on this issue, this specific issue in a war against with one of our allies against one of our adversaries. I want this thing to end as much as anybody. But he throws this traitor word around, at least with regards to me, fairly freely. I don't think he's a serious guy, and he hasn't given this a lot of thought.
Well, it's not a serious word, obviously, to use. It is a serious word, but in the context of you, I understand your point about being uncertain as to whether to even reply to it, but you have to, in the sense that he is now the right-hand man in the White House, right?
Right,
because of who he is.
I think it's fair to say this guy is the second most powerful person in the country at this point. And he's firing veterans. He's randomly firing government employees who did not deserve to get fired. He calls Social Security a Ponzi scheme. He's trying to create some room in the budget to give a big, giant tax cut to billionaires and multimillionaires. That's what he's up to. And he's an unelected, inexperienced, at least when it comes to regard to the federal government and what he's trying to accomplish here. He's an unelected billionaire, and I think he needs to stay in his own lane, making rockets, making cars.
Elon is just taking it from every direction right now. I can't. Do you see the smile that's on my face? Gosh, I'm loving this. I cannot wait till Tuesday when Elon takes such a bittersweet, just such a bitter, it'll be bittersweet for us. Election loss in Wisconsin. And if you want to help the final push in that race, I am linking ways that you can donate support, get involved with Susan Crawford, the top comment of this video in the description. Please help out. We need to win this race. And if you want to support this channel as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, you drop a blue heart in the comments, or tell me that we should deport Elon Musk. I want to see some of those comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.